run down our reserves, and that basically affects our borrowing risk, and therefore borrowing becomes difficult. Now, what this growth model is doing is it's causing us to move into perennial boom and bust cycles, and it's really these cycles that are the Gordian knot of our economy. Now, the important thing to realize is this Gordian knot is not the result of poor endowments. Pakistan is extremely rich in terms of resources as in talent. We can talk about that in the question answer session. It's to do with policy distortions. The way we've set policy is that it's tilted the level playing field against investment and against exports. I don't want to belabor because I have a limited amount of time. But take the policy of taxation. Speculative real estate investment has very low taxes attached to it. But if you look at corporate profits, they're taxed at a very high rate. You look at our home production sector that feeds domestic consumption, it's highly protected and subsidized. There's a really nice World Bank report that's just come out, which shows that Pakistan has the highest rate of zombie firms in the region. What are zombie firms? Zombie firms are firms that have made losses for 3 consecutive years and are being sustained by subsidies. Now, the challenge for us is that this Gordian knot is reducing the capability of the economy to deal with global shocks at a time when our exposure to global shocks has increased manifoldly. Pakistan is one of the worst affectees of the climate crisis. And from being a breadbasket of the world, Pakistan today is dependent on imports for fuel and food, which constitute 40% of our import bill. So the question for us in this panel and in this country on our 75th anniversary is, how do we break the Gordian knot? And what history teaches us is the worst way to do it is to try and unpick the Gordian knot in a piecemeal fashion, which is exactly what our policy-making framework is about. You do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but you don't go to the core of changing the structure of the economy, the systemic incentives of the economy. The way to move forward is to cut through the Gordian knot. And for that, we would need our policymakers and our economic elites to come together to really come up with a national plan of growth revival. And that would mean radically restructuring our fiscal, trade, and regulatory policies and coming up with a complementary framework for public investment for inclusive growth. And I'd just like to end by saying, at the 75th year, we should all make a pledge to make this demand from those who propose to lead us. Thank you.